you could use things like to stop the fermentation, but I don't like to use any of that stuff, so I just cold crash, keg and or plastic bottle, keep it cold, drink it fast.
Yeah.
What's like a typical starting gravity for one of these? Shorts?
Oh man, it could be anywhere. I typically like the lower end of things, so I probably, let me see. Actually, I usually start somewhere between, I don't know, I'd say 1036 and 1056 maybe.
Oh wow, okay, that is short.
Yep.
Okay. So that gives you what, like maybe a 4.5 somewhere in there percent?
Yeah.
Or,
I like it somewhere between like 3.2 and 5.2 maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of beer test strength.
Yep. Or lower,
yeah,
like
commercial beers. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh, cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait till Thursday when my book arrives.
And that was the other thing, because they're fast to make. Like I could, make 2 short meads before I go to work in the morning. If you have 20 minutes, you could probably, you could throw together a short mead and let it ferment. So that was the other thing, kind of the nice thing about these beverages. I think that's why I typically make them now, because it's much shorter period of time than making beer. Also, I'm surrounded by beer these days, and it's much more difficult to get, any kind of mead in the store commercially than it is to get a good beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
there are a lot
of
good
people
meads, but they don't show up in a lot of good places. So that's
exactly.
Yeah.
That is a very fair point.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of I've had some amazing, and I mean some stunning, out of this world, right round the bend, drop dead awesome meads that from a lot of commercial. And I would say, of all the ones I've tasted, 85 to 90% of them are really good. And then the rest of them are like either average or just don't make me drink that. But but the problem is that you rarely can get them outside of their own state or off of Shipper, which has the whole shipping thing to deal with. Aside from the shipping costs, there's the whole what if I want meat in the summer. So that's a problem.
Yeah, definitely easier to get great beer than it is to get great mead, or even cider's becoming easier, I think, but
it's still
but
hard, though. I mean, there's at my local
definitely not as common.
Yeah, I mean, I go hunting for cider. I love good ciders, and I can find 2, maybe 3 really good ones at the local stores that pride themselves on having a good selection. And but that's just not even the fraction of a drop in the bucket. So
yep.
Bobby says I'm supposed to ask you what it was you were serving at the fermentation festival in New York. Something with blueberries, and he said it was damn good and 2.5.
Ooh, what did I make? I don't have my brewing notebook with me. It was a blueberry something. I made I made 3 beverages. I made the jasmine green tea for that.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what the blueberry was. Oh, you know what? Oh shoot. I should have grabbed my brewing notebook.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I know. I could walk in, but I don't know. I'll get back to you. I think I have it somewhere here.
Okay. Well, Bobby said it was damn good, and if Bobby says it's damn good, it must have been effing awesome. So
Yeah, right.
He doesn't pull his punches if he doesn't like something, So
that is true.
That's one of the things I like about him. He's not afraid to say no. So,
and he has earned the right to do that as well, for sure, because he makes really good. Good
he doesn't make crap.
No, he does not. No, his stuff does not suck.
Or if he does, he doesn't let anyone taste it.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably more to the point that everybody sooner or later makes crap, but it's whether or not you're smart enough to let anybody else have it.
Yeah.
Even people like Ken Schramm make crap sometimes because it just doesn't work for whatever reason, and it just never sees the light of day is all.
Yeah, exactly. If you haven't made something to dump, you haven't been brewing long enough.
Exactly. You haven't made enough batches if you haven't made stuff that just had to go right down the sink. That's what always cracks me up when I talk to people. They're like, oh, every one of my meads has been good. And it's like, oh, you've only made one?
Yeah.
Or the bar is just way too low.
Well, yeah, exactly. Oh, my mom says it's really good. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you haven't made a good one yet.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, it's hard not to get sarcastic at that point in time, so.
Actually, honestly, all of my traditionals have been pretty good, but I've screwed up a couple of Mels and some fruit wines, and
But you said
I've made my
good.
mistakes.
You qualified that.
Yeah.
Well, given that I don't really know if my palate's any good,
Her taste is in her toes.
Yeah.
my mom always says my taste is in my toes. Funny thing is, she likes all the stuff I don't like. She likes the dry stuff, so I like stuff a little sweeter than she does.
Bobby's asking, was it blueberry ginger, Mary?
I don't think it was. No, it was blueberry something, but now I'm totally blanking on what it was, and I can't find my brewing notebook.
She's gonna be like getting off the phone and going, "Where is that thing?"
Yeah. Oh no, I've set. Chris is looking for it. Maybe he'll get somewhere. I rearranged a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Anyway, it might come to me.
Yeah, no worries. Now you got a blueberry hibiscus was his next.
Oh no, wait, I found it. Okay, it was not. I think it was a blueberry and then some kind of herb. I want to say blueberry mint, but I don't think it was.
Blueberry hibiscus sounds really good. And I've got some hibiscus tea at home.
Combination. I'm just writing them all down.
I know, right? You know, it's funny. I'm a tea whore, like an unabashed, fully admit to it. I have a problem. I'm a tea whore, and so I'm constantly like, I'll see teas at shops, or I'll see them online, and I'll go, oh, I gotta try that, and I'll get it, and it's like I love the aromas, I love the the mixture, what it sounded like, but it didn't work for me as tea for whatever reason. Either I just wasn't feeling it or whatever, and so I got all these like little 1 ounce bags of tea of all 20, 30 different things, and now I'm gonna go home and turn them all into short meats. Every one of them. They're going to be like this whole series of Vicky's tea meads. My husband will be so happy with me because I'll get rid of all that tea. There'll be like an entire shelf in there.
Then there'll be room for more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you about the teas. I collect them too, but the thing is, I have problems with caffeine, so I don't get to drink very many of them because most of them are not decaf.
Well, see, most of the ones I'm talking about are all herbal teas. So I've got like a Madagascar vanilla coconut one that I've got that's a decaf. It's like a rooibos. And I love the smell, but I don't care for the taste of it hot or iced.
Yeah, I was just going to say, a lot of times when you get teas like that, they smell so great and the taste just leaves something to be desired.
It didn't work for
I find
me,
the same thing with flavored coffees.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it might make a great mead. So, and then I've got a whole bunch of these like fruity mixtures, and there isn't even any actual tea in these things. They call them herbal, quote, air quotes, teas. But there's no actual tea in these, yeah. Just mixtures of like apple bits and cranberries and God knows what all else,
That coconut one?
Yeah.
That will probably be very good. I do a coconut custard short mead, which is rooibos tea with coconut, and then sometimes I've used different blends or added different things into it, but oh my God, it's so delicious.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that because I've also got like a giant bag of a rooibos chai that sounded really, it's a rooibos vanilla chai that sounded really awesome, but didn't pan out as like my drinking chai, It just, for whatever reason, but I'm thinking it'll make, because I love rooibos in meads, I'm thinking it'll make an amazing mead, so now I'm just going to have to go, now I'm just going to clean out the tea drawer when I get home and go, well then, let's just line these up and see what we can make.
Yeah. I think it was a blueberry elderflower.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that would be delightful.
Yeah.
I like both of those by themselves, so yeah, that'd be good.
Well, the sweet and the acidity of elderflowers together, that would be just, that would work. I would like that a lot. I don't like elderflower alone, but I love it with other things.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good compliment. It works well as a compliment. And then the other fun thing I played with is I had my husband Chris and a friend of his do this. We're doing this homebrew pro fest twice a year at this barbecue joint here in Bushwick, Brooklyn. And the winner's one was winner's grind, so it was sausages. So I made a blueberry pancake short mead.
Ah.
So the sausages, and I was super happy with it.
So how'd you get the pancake thing?
Okay, so the pancake, I used what's called, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can pronounce it in my handwriting. So I did find my brewing notebook. It's called, it's a barley tea, so it's a Japanese barley tea.
Oh.
So I think it's called Mugichi. I don't know if that is. Let me look it up really quick. Mugicha. Mugicha.
I've seen that.
So
I've
barley
never tried
tea.
it.
So I steeped that, and it gave like the pancake kind of thing. And then I used freeze dried blueberries. I love freeze dried fruit for short meads because it gives you blueberry is a very esoteric flavor. It's really hard to get it just from using fresh fruit, I find. And I don't really like the extracts, but freeze dried, oh my god, they're amazing. And then add a little bit of maple syrup at when I keg.
Huh. That would be really good. Have you ever tried doing pie-style short meads and work out the crust flavor? That's always fun.
I have not, but yes. A key lime pie short mead would be amazing.
Okay, so I was talking to Brad Dahlhofer at Be Nectar, and they did this cherry pie mead, and I'm like, well, how'd you get the pie crust character? Because the way I do it when I make a cherry pie mead is I throw a handful of malab in there, which is denatured cherry pits, and it's got this really nutty sort of texture and character.
Oh!
Yeah, and I crushed it up just on a whim. I had Penzies, because everybody loves Penzies. I had got some from Penzies, and it was like this sounds interesting. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for, but this sounds really interesting, so I got some. And it was on one of those tears through the Penzies catalog, So anyway, so I threw a handful of it in with the cherry pie, and I thought, okay, well, it's like denatured cherry pits, and I'll throw it in here. Maybe it'll add some interesting complexity to the mead because it was, really cherry-ish, and that was good. But I wanted some more complexity, and it wasn't really feeling the oaking of it. I wasn't sure I wanted to go there with that, so I threw this in as a whim, and I ended up getting a crust character with it. But Brad was telling me that they did something where they actually threw pie crust into the mead.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and I was like, "You did what?" It blew my mind. He says, "But it worked." I just never would have occurred to me, but it worked. I imagine the racking must have been interesting, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be that
sounds messy.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd want to know the level of the amount of pie crust you put in as well.
Well, there's that. Yeah, I mean it's definitely chancy, but Brad's known for taking chances and many times coming out with a win. He's got a Thai flavored mead that is going to get aged in a fish sauce barrel. I can't even. My brain can't put together what that's supposed to taste like. I can't. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to let your tongue tell it then.
Like if I was eating at a Thai restaurant,
Yeah, that's pretty gutsy.
I mean,
I love fish sauce, but
yeah.
But yeah,
I kind of scrunched up my nose when he said it because I was like, I like fish sauce too, but I'm not sure if I really like fish sauce having anything to do with my alcohol.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go. There's the Piscamel everyone was talking about on Got Meat 10 years ago.
Yeah, there was a whole thread on Got Meat about making a fish mead, a Piscamel.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not quite that gutsy.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. There's a... Now that's what I'm going to be thinking about when we get off.
So you got savory meads and Piscamels. What can go together here?
I know. Probably the oddest mead that I've ever made is a durian short mead.
Ew.
Oh my!
Oh
really?
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yes.
Heard so many stories about durians.
So I love durians, and we went to Vietnam a few years ago, and I brought back a package of freeze-dried durian. It was like, all sealed. And then I got asked by a friend of mine who was doing like a Malaysian pop-up dinner in somebody's basement if I wanted to make some things. I was like, oh yes, this is the perfect. I'm going to make a durian short mead, and it was actually delicious. Now, granted, my husband who hates durian did not like it, but actually most the people, actually the chef who is Malaysian, and I think it was like her brother was there from Malaysia. They loved it, and actually even people that had never tasted durian really liked it. Now, I think freeze dried durian is a different animal than fresh, so I feel like you get more of the. Yeah, and I think you get more like the fruity character from the freeze-dried durian, but it's not. It wasn't for everybody, but that's definitely the oddest thing, and I loved it. So
interesting. Hamish, you've had durian, right? I mean, don't you travel to?
I've had durian. I've had durian lifesavers as well. You know. Yeah.